Hi everyone, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I'm here today to do Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo channeled messages. So I told y'all that we'd be busy this month, and it has been absolutely crazy, but I was going to do a bonus spread anyway, and I decided to just let Spirit tell y'all what you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo separately. We'll see what comes through. Hi, thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for joining. And if you've been here before, you know I have no control over what comes out of my mouth or what Spirit has to say. So, okay. I'm sorry. There's been a lot of distractions lately, so especially today, but I'm feeling really connected either way, so let's see what Spirit has to say. We're going to start with Taurus, and again, this, is all across the board. It doesn't matter. It's going to be whatever Spirit has for you in regards to your highest good, okay? So Taurus, we want you to know that there is a big shift coming up for you. And we know that you've been having some reservations about what direction to take, but we need you to trust your intuition. There are unseen factors that need to occur first, and when it comes to the decision, we want you to know that the options we're sending your way are all to test you, and if you can make the best decision possible for what is going to meet your needs. We will say that if you've been having any doubt about where to take your next step, then you need to visit us in meditation. And we've also been sending you messages through your dreams of things that you need to heal. So if you've been getting this nudge or like reoccurring thoughts, which has been happening for me too, but reoccurring thoughts that don't seem to let go, no matter how much you think you're working on it or you don't want to feel it, it's really time to dig deep, figure out what is triggering you, what needs to be released, and send that forgiving, healing energy to that circumstance or person, okay? Because if we don't heal the certain things from our past, then we won't be able to make that next step forward, okay? Really pay attention to signs and synchronicities this month, especially numbers, okay? I'm picking up the number 12, and it's funny because 12 is right at the top. There's actually 12 people in this room, so there's another sign and synchronicity right there. So the number 12 might be significant for some of you, whether it be, a date coming up, or, maybe a specific number when it comes to angel numbers, seeing the number 12, okay? So just make sure that you're being aware, and if you are seeing the signs and synchronicities, especially with the angel numbers, make sure that you're looking them up and reading them. There are a lot of times that we will read them, and I know when I was going through my transformation, like they were telling me I'm on the right track, but I still felt stuck in my situation and I wasn't really feeling that momentum yet. It's because I was already on the track of what I needed to. So just whatever your intuition is telling you that you need to move towards, keep moving towards that and don't hold back, okay? Some Taurus might be thinking about traveling this month, and some of you might feel like you need to travel but are having a hard time stepping out the box and actually taking action. they want you to know that you are going to find clarity when you step outside the box, okay? Even if it's just a little day trip, get out of town for a little bit. Drive down a road that you haven't been before and allow nature to take its course. See where you end up. Set the intention of finding somewhere new and beautiful that is going to help you connect to spirit and to the earth. Some of you might even be finding new friends this month. I have a sense of newness when it comes to people. So you might meet people who are aligning with your purpose, or I get this push. Okay, so you might end up meeting someone or a new group of friends that are going to really support you in the decisions that you're trying to make, okay? Now I'm picking up something about a car. And tires. Okay, so some of you Taurus out there, if you are thinking that you might need new tires, they are telling you that you need new tires, okay? Don't procrastinate, because they keep bringing me to the tires of the car. So if you haven't had money to stock up to pay for new tires, then I would at least suggest go get them balanced and rotated, because I'm kind of sensing that there's something within the tires that some of you Taurus might need to check out, okay? Don't forget to have fun, okay? They also want you to know that if you feel like you are slipping and you're going into a lower vibration, realign with what it is that you're trying to accomplish. What is your overall goal? What do you want to see change in your life, okay? And stay focused on that. Don't stay focused on the past and the things that aren't going your way. And just understand that if there are any obstacles and it feels like it's too much trouble to make happen, then it is not meant for you. If it is meant for you, it's going to transition very easily, okay? So Spirit also wants me to tell Taurus that for a decent majority of Taurus, I'm getting about 45%, are getting visits from their spirit animals. Now, that could be through meditation, it could be through visions, but I'm especially seeing birds and ladybugs, okay? So make sure that you're paying attention to the signs and synchronicities around you. If you are getting visited by your spirit guides in animal form, then you want to make sure that you are looking them up and see how it's resonating with your current situation, okay? Because that's really going to help you figure out what steps you need to take in order to make the next move. So, Taurus females who are mothers, okay, make sure that we know you're tired, we know you're stressed, reprioritize, and make sure that you are spending quality time with your family. Put away the electronics, make sure that you're spending time outdoors, get near some water, take the babies to the beach or something, take them to the lake. Get outside, have fun, and be present, okay? Don't feel like you have to do everything on your own, and ask for help if you need it. Some of you Taurus might actually be looking into getting a new pet by the end of this month as well. So if you've been thinking about it, go to your local shelter and adopt a dog that needs a home, okay? Because I feel like the majority of you that are thinking about adopting an animal, that it is going to bring a lot of love into your family, and especially if you have kids, okay? All right, so we're gonna, is there anything else you want to say for us? We love you and keep going, okay? So Capricorn, let's see what we have for Capricorn. So Capricorn, we want you to know that they keep bringing up truth to me. So however that resonates with you, whether you need to speak your truth, whether you want truth in a situation, maybe you need to speak up about how you're truly feeling about certain changes that are coming up. And I'm also getting, there's something that needs to be finalized, okay? They're showing me finalized, set in stone. And I feel like there's a concrete decision that needs to be made in order to help benefit you in the long run, okay? If you teeter-totter too much, you're going to remain unbalanced. So this is the time for Capricorn to step into the light, step into your truth, and understand that, like, seriously, y'all, the mosquitoes were fine, and all of a sudden they are coming out, so I am going to have to look that up. But just make sure that, you know, and I'm hearing, it's really funny because I'm hearing that there is, like, the sucker of the soul. So Capricorn, make sure that you're hanging out with people who will actually benefit you and keep your vibration high, okay? And just make sure that you are being reasonable with the people around you, and make sure that there's a equal balance of give and take, okay? Remain balanced, remain balanced. I feel like Capricorn's been going super hard, especially with work, staying super focused, and this is the time for you to have fun. This is the time for you to embrace life and let loose a little bit, okay? They want you to embrace this moment, embrace this time of year, and don't forget that you don't have to go all out in order to have a good time, okay? Alright, so I have to put this out there because they are telling me, for those of you Capricorn who are drinking, you need to slow down. They are showing me, especially the people who are drinking whiskey or bourbon, you know, liquor, okay? Even if you don't feel like you're drinking a lot, it can turn into a problem, and they want to warn you before it does, okay? Drinking alcohol, and trust me, you know, I like to have a few cocktails every now and then too, but when it comes to the healing process, it really dulls our senses and keeps us from being in the moment and aware of what's going on. It keeps us from focusing on the things that we necessarily need to heal, okay? So don't let it become a distraction. You know, if there are things that you need to face, you need to face them. Don't use the alcohol or drugs to dull the senses, because you have to feel in order to heal, okay? I feel that the reason some of you are so focused on work is because you're worried about finances, and they just want to tell you that if you stress too much about finances, that you're going to end up hindering yourself. So make sure that, again, that balance, there has to be a balance, Capricorn. And I see a squirrel on the fence right now. So, you know, there might be, make sure that if you're working your ass off and, you know, you're spending just as fast as it's coming in, then you want to make sure that you're stashing some of that away for a later date, because I really feel like you're going to need it. There's going to be something that comes up quickly and unexpectedly for Capricorn that it needs to be there. So make sure that you're putting some aside, okay? Especially with it being summer. I see a couple things with a boat. Now, for those of you who are planning on being on a lake or going out in the boat this summer, make sure that you have extra snacks and extra things, because I feel like there are going to be some motor issues and some of you might break down. So just make sure that you have backup plan if you're going out in the boat. Don't just go out on a whim, okay? So, you know, and these are general, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I am seeing, and I don't know if it's someone traveling there or someone who lives there, but for whoever is planning on, it kind of reminds me of California, okay? Because I see like a boardwalk and beaches, and I've never been to California, but it just feels like California. So, but I see a bunch of people riding bikes and rollerblading and that kind of thing, and there's a lot of mingling. For whoever this message is for, don't take life so seriously, okay? Go out there, have a good time, but also be somewhat responsible, okay? We want you to have fun, but we don't want you to get crazy. Balance. I feel like with Capricorn, it is all about balance this month, okay? Balance between finances, balance between having fun and too much fun. You know, when it comes to making those concrete decisions, balancing out the pros and cons. And so it really is about keeping the balance for Capricorn this month, okay? And I will tell you, if you do not slow down, Capricorn, by the end of the month, some of you might end up getting sick. So just be aware of that, okay? Another reason you might need to stack away some extra cash in case you miss a few days of work. Remember to get your exercise, remember to eat healthy, and don't forget about taking care of yourself, okay? I feel that some of you may have gotten off your routine lately, and they're just wanting you to know that it's time to get back on track. It's time to get on top of it, because that is when you are most clear. And this is a new beginning for Capricorn. Okay, I keep seeing the 0. So as something is ending, something new is beginning. It is a new chapter for Capricorn. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith in a new direction. Really tune into your heart space and allow your heart to make the decision. Okay. Virgo. Let's see what's up for Virgo. Oh, poor Virgo. All right. So for Virgo, it seems like this is going to be an emotional month. First thing I see is the Ace of Cups. Okay. So this is all about how you are viewing yourself. This is how you're viewing love in general. And I really feel that there might be a lot of emotions being brought to the surface when it comes to healing that needs to occur. So allow these emotions to come up to the surface and allow them to be felt so it can be healed. Acknowledge, accept, and release. Okay? So that is how you're going to heal most from the situation, especially from things from the past. I feel like I like getting a death grip. Like you're so scared to let go of the past and allow the healing to occur, but what you don't realize is that you're keeping yourself imprisoned when you're not really imprisoned, okay? So allow these things to come to the surface. Don't be afraid to face your shit and allow it to come to the surface, because it needs to. Like, I feel almost like a bubbling sensation, like it's right below the surface. And it's because you've waited so long. These are things from long distance past, okay? It's not stuff that just recently happened. It's things that you've been holding on to, that conditioning throughout your life that you haven't quite dealt with, okay? There will be an offer, okay? There's going to be some sort of offer. Some of you might get a promotion with work. Some of you might get an opportunity to travel out of state for work. And I feel like it's going to be one of those things that just kind of fall in your lap, okay? Like, you're not even going to see it coming. You're hoping that there's going to be a big change, and then it's going to be like, bam, here it is. Make sure that you are keeping track of what your thought process is. What you give power will manifest. So especially with it being an emotional month and things coming up to the surface, you want to make sure that you are not focusing on the negative side of things. If you stay pessimistic, you're going to get pessimistic results. If you go into feeling and accepting whatever is going to be and try to feel for the most positive outcome, that is exactly what you're going to get. So make sure that when you start going through that negative tailspin of emotions, that you are shifting into a positive so you can manifest the positive things in life. Yeah, Virgo, I feel it's all about emotions and offerings this month for you, okay? Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of travel going on for some Virgos. Not a huge amount. I would say about 25% of you, but I'm seeing like over water. I keep seeing water and movement. So some of you might be going on a cruise, traveling overseas, using this time to explore. Some of you might even be thinking about renting a lake house or something like that. Do it, because they're definitely pushing you towards it. So if it's something you've been thinking about, don't hesitate, just do it. The spirit will provide for you, okay? Especially for those who are thinking about traveling overseas to visit family, okay? if you're thinking about traveling overseas to see family, then do it. Because I really feel like they need you at this time, and whatever is at home will work itself out. Make the sacrifice, make the trip, I hear, okay? So they have me focusing on the color blue. This can mean a couple different things, Virgo. It could represent either your third eye, because it's a dark blue they have me focusing on. So you could be having visions. It could be communication as well. You know, speaking up for yourself, speaking up about telling, you know, communicating about what it is that you want to manifest in life, and giving it that momentum that it needs. When you start talking about the things that you want to create for yourself, you're giving it power, you're giving it life, okay? So make sure that, you know, even if you're just talking to yourself about it, whether you're journaling or whatever the case may be, make sure that you keep focused on it and give it life. But especially, I think some of you need to work more with your visualization skills, and you know, try to visualize what it is that that you want to create. And so, like, okay, Topaz just said, I want to travel around the world and relax and try different foods. Why not? But you know, you might get to a point, if you work on your manifesting skills enough, that, and trusting that spirit will provide, that there is going to be something that falls in your lap that allows you to do something like that, even if it is a short trip, okay? You know, you might find something that hits a couple different whatever, and, you know, go experience, live it up. Yeah, now they have me focusing on green. So don't worry about the money. Follow your heart, okay? It will work out, I promise. Just work on manifesting. Allow that support to come in so you can follow your dreams, follow your heart, and I promise it will come. It'll happen. You gotta believe it will, though. You can't be like, oh yes, spirit, I want money to travel around the world. Like, it's not for selfish benefit, it's to experience, so you can learn something about yourself, so you can help other people. What can you do to be of service, okay? And, you know, you might get to the point where you want to try different foods, but in the grand scheme of things, you might actually be helping the poor feed themselves. So think about it like that. There are so many different ways that you can go about it in an abundant way and be of service, okay? They want you to see things from a different perspective, okay? They're showing me a giraffe looking over the treetops. So look, and I would also look up the symbolism for giraffe. I know I've looked it up before, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. So look up the symbolism for giraffe and what it means, and see what resonates with you. And they're also showing me salmon. So I would look that up too, that you have a lot of animal spirit guides coming through. So the giraffe and the salmon, look it up and see how it resonates. I kind of almost feel like this swimming upstream. So make sure that you are going with the flow and not fighting yourself. But I believe there's something else there too. stop worrying so much, okay? Be present in this moment, live your life to the fullest, and don't think that life has to be mundane, okay? So that is what I have for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo for June 2018. I hope y'all enjoy these messages. Let me know how it resonates with you. You know, and remember, these are general. It might not apply to everyone. If it doesn't apply to you, then it's not meant for you. But if it hasn't happened yet, it might happen later. June is not over yet. So if you need to come back and watch this video at a later date, please do. You are so welcome, Jason. I'm glad you get to join in again. You are awesome. And yeah, so just let me know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if any of y'all need to talk or whatever have you. You know where to find me, whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. There's more info down in the description box. If you need a private reading, email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. If you do not need a personal reading but you want to support the channel, there is a donation link down below. And there are some big things happening. You know, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be moving this month or not. That's how many shifts are going on, so just be patient with me because I think something way bigger is coming, and my spirit guides are making sure that I'm clearing out my space and my my head so I can really get on track with my purpose in life. So I'm so glad, Sheila, that resonates with you, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I love y'all so much. Please, you know, keep in touch with me. Let me know what's going on, if this resonates with you, and you know, good luck. Hopefully June will be nice to you. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.